Hello, and welcome to the second part of the OYSTER SIREN creation with my inspirational mentor, Tyler Green, a finalist on Season 6 of Face Off. Now that we've got that awkwardly long intro out of the way, if you did not see the first part of this video, I would highly recommend going to watch it. What are you even doing here right now? What are you doing? Anyways, to commence this makeup, after we had gotten our foam latex out of the oven and we let it sit for a while, then we took a mixture of Prozade and acrylic paints, whatever color you want. I chose to go with a pearly, iridescent, purpley, lavender color. So a lot of ease in that, to be exact. And then after we did this base, we went in with some airbrushing, and this was the first time I had ever used an airbrush, and it was so exciting, and I loved the feel of it. And airbrushing really gives you a natural effect rather than having the splotchy paintbrush feel to it. And we actually didn't use airbrush paints. We used watered down acrylics and watered down normal water-based paints, which is great. That saves you tons of money. Tip there. And so we just wanted to darken up some shadows with a little bit of gray, and that was the first color we went in with. And we darkened up the shadow around the eye and each of the little curl in the oyster itself. After this process, we went in with a thick stippled brush and we put some splatter paints or splotches on the mask to give it a more dimensional and realistic look. Then we created a purple and rose toned airbrush paint, thinned it down with some water like I mentioned, and sprayed it on the top of the eyes, the fins, and a little bit for a hint of blush and femininity. Then on the very, very tips of the little oyster curls, we added some black airbrush paint, and that gave it a really dimensional view, and it really improved the whole look. Another thing to mention, I enjoy using my fingers to smudge out things, which Tyler told me was a bad idea, because if you get black on your fingers and then you touch another part of the mask, that can ruin your whole paint job. So keep that in mind as you see me, because that is one thing that I will have to learn to adjust to in the future. The final step was then to splotch on some more white paint and some different colors to again bring out that realism, and then I was done pre-painting. To start the applying and the painting process on your face, I just put a little bit of Vaseline on my eyebrows to protect them, and then put some Pros-Aid on the areas that I thought would be necessary. After I had applied the bulk to my face, I went in and started doing the edges. This was my first time ever working with paper thin edges, and Tyler really helped me do some few tricks. For example, again, don't use your fingers because it could wrinkle the edges and not make them look as realistic. And for that, I used the back of the brush to push it down, and that's the new way that I learned and how I was supposed to do it. Then I took, again, the mixture that I used for the base of the whole face in the first part of this video and put that on my chin. Now, a lot of the times, if you want to sculpt a mouthpiece as well, then go for it. But for this, because we didn't have that much time, we only did half of a face, and I ended up loving the effect and how easily I could move in it.
Until I reached out and saw your hand there waiting for mine, like the stars had all aligned. I lay beside today, tonight, your vibe, desire, our eyes on fire. And I breathe your aura, cannot leave your aura. You have me like gravity.
After I had finished the base on my chin, I went in with the back of a cosmetic makeup sponge and made the inclined cheeks and brought it down through my chin and melded the edges as well. Then I went in with the base and put it along my neck for a nice photo finish and added some gray to the neck as well to bring the whole piece together. For the beauty makeup on her, I just did an intricate cat eye with two different wings and a wing in the inner corner of the eye. Added a ombre purple and pink lip, as well as added some big falsies, cause your creature better be hot. That's right.
All the places I've never known, the world chase nights, race all of these broken dreams and flight, and we'll
Thank you again to Tyler Green and his expertise and this whole experience. See you guys in the next video.